First of all, I thank everyone for joining us. It's awesome to see so many familiar faces. I hope everyone's staying healthy. Who would have thought 5 weeks ago that this is how we're going to celebrate senior night? It certainly wouldn't have been from me. I'll never forget when the tennis team was at St. Francis on March 12th. Governor Kemp, I think, had his press conference at 3 o'clock, and we got there at about 3:30. And at that point, he had shut the schools down through the end of the month. And I was sitting there watching, and our third match of the year, and trying to take it all in, that this could be it. This could be the last go-around of the season. After many years watching seniors have their last go-around with organized sports, enjoying the bus rides home from games, the nonstop debate between this one's always going on, between which post-match meal is better, Chick-fil-A or Zaxby's, competing for that last chance to make state, seeing everyone's hard work toward a common goal. It was painful to see the season end prematurely. Last Tuesday especially, the region tournament was scheduled, 70 degrees, no clouds in the sky. Spent a lot of time thinking about all the different memories we have from that day. It's one of my favorites. I know that. Everyone analyzing the brackets, see how they can make it to the top four. That excitement when you make state, a day off from school and then 70-degree weather, what's better than that? And then watching the players that make it deep in the tournament. It's a physical and mental grind. It's not easy. And thanks to the best team mom in the state, Minuet, the coaches and players couldn't wait to get to our area and start eating. I missed Mr. Fusto's question every time Minuet brought the food and drink. Organic again, Minuet? We appreciate those moments even more now, and she was awesome, very selfless, and again, she provided so many food and drinks every match. It was awesome. And finally, knowing that some of the traditional senior experiences have been taken away, we want to make sure to give our seniors a special recognition. One of the great things that's, again, it's different about this senior night is it's recorded, and it will be something that you guys will have for families and seniors for years to come. Just a few reminders as we move forward with the presentation or with the senior night. Each coach can say a few words about their seniors. Mrs. Payne will go next, and then Mr. McAfee will end it. If any seniors want to say anything, please, the floor is yours. No pressure. Just throw something in the chat, and we'll put it on you. The senior pictures, I have them all. You might have seen them on social media. They'll be available for pickup once it's safe for the local seniors, and the other ones will be shipped with everything else. Ms. Churns is going to do some editing, and the recording will be available for everyone to keep. So without further ado, here we go. I'm going to talk about Malik Wilson. Malik joined the BH tennis program last year after claiming a history of playing pickleball would be his claim to fame. He didn't quite realize the difference. That's fine. He did awesome, though. Malik did, in fact, exhibit excellent hands of the net. He was making great strides with his ground strokes this year. Was a top doubles player. He had an infectious smile, or still does have an infectious smile. And I don't think I've ever seen Malik get mad. And I'll never forget when we watched Georgia Tech tennis last year, and we went to go get pizza, and he ate a full sub and half of a pizza. It was amazing. I eat a ton. He blew me under the water. I have never seen it before. Malik, someone we're going to miss. Thank you, Malik, for all your service. Aiden joined the tennis team this season. He told me that I'd be happy to know that he's played a lot of tennis. So I'm thinking, oh man, he's a tournament player. He's probably just got off the court when he came over here last year, and then he said when he was 6. So I had my excitement. And then I had okay, here's what we're working with. But with that being said, you could tell he's getting better quickly. He put the time in the weekends to get better, and he had a desire to get into that lineup. His teammates look up to him, and we will miss his leadership amongst other things. Thank you, Aiden. Jeff joined us last year with some experience with UTA. I want to thank Mr. Fusto for beginning this relationship at a tournament before the beginning of 2018. So we had the opportunity to work with Jeff. Very versatile player, playing both singles and doubles, has an awesome sense of humor, and he could easily get that whole team into laughter. Sometimes not at the moments that we want, but he knew how to loosen up the team. And finally, Tyrell Croswell. He was the heart and soul, really, of our athletic program this year, and also the varsity tennis team. I remember every time we saw him in the halls, he gave me the knuckles. That's just the type of kid he is, a competitor. Even when we put on the Twitter, his comment on the Twitter handle, one of the other coaches from St. George made a comment on that, talking about the great things that will come for this young man. He went from a guy that he was actually, fun fact, he was on the coloring club his freshman year, and now is one of our key doubles players if we were able to finish the season. Those are our great seniors. Again, a lot of great memories. I'm sad we weren't able to finish what we started. But I'll miss you guys. And next up is going to be Mrs. Payne.
All right.
Oh,
hey, guys.
oh, I got a couple that were looking to get in. Now you got everyone, Coach.
Anna texted me. She said that she's trying to get in, but she's waiting on you to let her in. Hey.
Yeah, I just got done talking. She's in now.
Y'all didn't miss anything. You only missed Coach Drilling, so we know the most important is right now. This year was, I believe, the largest girls tennis team I've had, not just in the history of Brandon Hall, but anywhere I've worked. I believe by March 12th, we were up to 24. So lots of girls. But then to top that off, we have 6 seniors on the team this year, which is also the most I've had on a single team. So we're going to go through everybody. I'm going to start with Tania. So I was thrilled after watching basketball that I think it was Jaden that actually convinced her to play, but that T decided to join with her lefty forehand and serve. Not a whole lot of experience, but a great athlete and was going to make a difference in the lineup this year. So I'm sorry we weren't able to see that. It was going to be awesome, but I expect great things in the future from T.
Thank you.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Vicky and Vivian, I don't see them on here. So both of them came back out for the first time in a couple of years to play tennis. Vivian, I was glad to see again after all of her math success in the past few years to come back out and try tennis again. And then Vicky, she had actually played in a few extra matches a couple years ago. And so I was excited to see that she really hadn't lost what she had learned then and had a good chance at making that number 3 singles slot this year. And then March 12th happened. And let's see, Shannon. Shannon I haven't seen out on the tennis court in a few years, but I was glad she was out there again this year. Shannon always works hard. We know that with every sport she's played. And it was fun just to have her back out on the tennis court some. Let's see. Sorry. This is a lot of people. Etta. Oh, Etta. So I didn't.
Yeah, we missed having you this season because we knew you were going to do great things with the tennis team. So we're sorry that we didn't get to see you play too much. I just want to say that. So,
Thank you.
So I didn't know where Etta was going to play this year, but Etta and I spoke a few times, and she really wanted to try singles, and she was going to be a force in the region this year, which probably would have surprised her as well. But there's a good chance that she would have been in that region tournament final and semifinal last Tuesday and on to the state individual tournament this week. And I hate that we didn't get to see that. And now she gets to go play basketball on a scholarship. So she gets to live out her dream. I hope, Etta, you continue to play tennis because you have this natural ability.
Thank you.
And Angie, I was looking so forward to this year. It was your year to shine. You were going to win state. I will stick by that statement. So I really hate it that we didn't get to see you do that. The positive is you got to hold that same plaque because, it's all state, first and second. So just know that it should have 2 years on it. It should have 2019 and 2020 because that should have been yours for this year too. So we'll really miss you. I hope you continue to play next year. You have the opportunity to play in college, and I hope you do take that opportunity.
And you've improved so much, so we're just nothing but proud of you, Angie. And we loved watching you play. And like Miss Payne said, you were going to win this season. We knew you were. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we just want to thank all the seniors. You all were going to make a difference in some shape or form, whether it was your leadership off the court or your newfound tennis abilities this year. We'll miss you all, and this was going to be an awesome season, and I'm sorry we didn't get to finish it. Coach Strilling, take yourself off mute.
I should know this by now, right? Thank you, Coach Payne's great job. And we're gonna end the senior recognition with Dean Mack. Go ahead, Dean Mack. You're on.
What's up, everybody? Good to see everyone. So the two seniors that I have this year, it was the first year that they played baseball with us here. The first one is David Raines. I was really excited when David said he was going to come out and play. Coach Long was recruiting him, I think, after some mean dodgeball games in PE class. Said he had quite an arm. So we talked him into coming out, and we were really excited. He was working real hard. In the 2 innings that we did play, David had a 2 RBI single, which was fantastic. Hit a ball, legit hit to right field. Unfortunately, that was the only day that we were able to play after about 6 or 7 rainouts. And there was not a cloud in the sky when we started that game, and out of nowhere it dropped about 2 inches of rain. So we only got 2 innings in the entire season. So in those 2 innings, David played hard, had a hit. I'm proud of him. I hate that it had to end that way, David, but just getting to know you from school too. I know how hard you work, and I know that you're gonna do things. Once you get outside of Brennan Hall, it's gonna make everybody proud. Next is Samir. Samir came to me one day and said he'd played some baseball before. I've coached him in cross country the past couple of years. So I told him, I said, yeah, come on out. He said he wanted to pitch, and I said, okay, well, we can teach you. Have you ever pitched before? He said, no, but I'd love to learn. So I was excited about that. And then he came out, and I saw him in the cages one day swinging a bat, and I was like, man, what? I was like, Samir, how much baseball have you played? I was like, because you could obviously tell he'd played some before. And he's like, I've played quite a bit. And I was like, you acted like you've never played before. So, he came out there, he's taking some big cuts. He was going to play first base for us. He did in the game. I was really excited about seeing Samir, play this year because he had some skills and unfortunately it's he got 2 innings of work in just like David did, and then the rain out came, and then the big rain out called COVID-19 came, unfortunately for everybody on this screen, and it's just unfortunate, but both those 2 kids, they worked hard, and I'm proud of them. So that's it for those 2 seniors.
Thanks, Coach.
I'm going to ignore that. He completely ignored me. That's going to be ignored.
Y'all do forget that
This is stupid.
Malik did play baseball for us.
Oh yeah,
for 2 years. 2 years. So we're going to ignore the 2 years that was there.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I don't even want the honorifics anymore. I don't even want it.
Sorry.
10-2.
And then we got Malik too, because Malik was a 2-sport athlete. So like I said, Coach already talked about him, about tennis. And last year, later in the year, Malik came out and he said the same thing. I was like, hey, have you played before? And he said, yeah, I played some softball. Malik got in some games, when he was with us last year. Like I said, he did tennis as well as baseball. And again, we were looking for some good things, looking for him to win some tennis matches and come and get some home runs on the baseball field. So, I hate that he's going to have to go, without hitting all those home runs he promised. But, unfortunately, that's just the way it goes. So one of these days I can maybe see him play some softball and hit some home runs there. So thank you as well, Malik.
Thanks, Dean Mac. Any of the seniors want to say anything?
Yeah, when do y'all want y'all's jerseys back?
No.
We'll make a trade with the picture and you can give us the jersey.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Anyone else, guys? Any thoughts? Jeff, I saw you, buddy. You'll get the recording we talked about. We went through boys tennis first. Talked about your versatility and how you have no problem getting a laugh from the rest of the team. Sometimes in appropriate situations, sometimes not. That was the big spiel about you, Jeff. But thank you for coming in.